Big run after the catch.
Wacker looks, floats it wide over the middle of the field, and it's deflected.
You know, nothing's wide open when you get these safeties. Lacey and Riley.
Riley has an interception tonight.
Rangy guys. Riley 6'1", Lacey 6'5". They take up a lot of space in the middle of the field when you're trying to do things down the middle.
That's exactly what Coach Anderson's got him back there.
Boy, Jeremy Jones had 2 steps on it. If that ball's got a little more air underneath it, he's able to get him in stride. Well, but again, the banged up knee you mentioned earlier.
The banged up leg is not only going to affect your running, it's certainly going to affect your footwork on your passing.
Mcgill maybe try to work some more shorter passes. Instead, Wacker just going to pull it down and run it. And he's across the 50 and into Wetumpka territory, and I think that might be the first time tonight they've crossed midfield.
It is.
Colin Wacker.
You know, things aren't going right. I'm going to boil this down a little bit. I'm not a coach next to no guy like the gentleman to our left, but things aren't going well. You're not making plays. You're not catching the ball, but you got a tough guy at quarterback. If you can somehow give him opportunities to will you a few first downs, go ahead.
That's why he's in there, Coach.
We'll pitch it. Torian Russell trying to get to the outside. Russell turns the corner. He's knocked out of bounds, but he's going to have a first down. Then he got knocked out of bounds again, and that's going to be 15 on top of this one.
Wow,
and this is going to bring it all the way down to the 30-yard line.
You know, so ironic about all this is that was not going to be a great play. I mean, they stretched this out pretty well, Coach. They do a good job defending.
And I think just to give a little credit, well, no, he didn't, because he did step out back to the 45. He had the first down by a yard, then got bumped, but it was the second hit that came in at the end of the play.
Definitely was the second hit, and it was an obvious late hit.
It's justified.
Nice job by Russell too, getting the initial first down, because it wasn't like they had it all cleaned out.
Defensively, they made a very good play on it. They strung it out. Number 50, the defensive end, and he strung it out the way defensive ends are supposed to.
Boy, this is a very crucial drive for Mcgill Tooen. First of all, they're keeping Wetumpka's offense off the field. Second of all, they've got to get some points.
6th penalty on Wetumpka for 50 yards.
They've had some big ones flagged on them.
Coach Powell trying to change the play from the sideline. He'll pitch it the other way, and Torian Russell, and there's a flag, and that looks like it might have been a quick hold if that's the case. Wetumpka got off the bus playing tonight, fellas.
They got off. You know, I'm so impressed with their defense, because that was the group, if you will, that if you looked over the stats and looked over the limited information that we were afforded and had to scramble to get. But that was certainly 35 by Fairhope last week, a very different type of offense. But you got the impression that Mcgill would be able to move the ball tonight at the point of attack, but that hasn't happened.
Just didn't think that Wetumpka was good enough defensively to keep McGill from moving the ball on the ground. That's totally different at this point.
Now a 15-yarder on McGill here.
And I think one of the things...
First down. Chop block again.
So that one on McGill. So it takes them back to where they would have been, minus the 15-yarder. And they'll bring up a 1st and 25. Wacker, pressure coming, hit as he delivers it, but he gets to Jeremy Jones on the far side, and Jones down to the 34. So we'll pick up him 11.
That's Wacker's toughness right there. Getting hit, know he's about to get hit, getting the ball where it needs to go.
Wetumpka's defensive coordinator is doing a great job of changing defenses. They are staying true to that 6-1. They got 6 and 7, 8 guys up on the line of scrimmage.
They've decided, it looks like, rather than sit back and play defense, with Wacker at quarterback, if he's going to throw, they're trying to come after him. And with Wacker banged up a little bit, not a bad idea.
Absolutely.
McGill might be able to catch something deep.
That's their best bet. And I'm surprised they haven't really he've attempted several deep passes.
Those big safeties back there. Wacker on the right side, fires, has time, and he's got Jeremy Jones. And Jones will be down to the 23-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, now they're only... Dolan can kick field goals, but I think this is 2-down territory. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, McGill they gotta put some points on the board.
Down to 6
minutes.
minutes.
About 3 here, and I just think that this has been their best drive of of the game by far. In heavens, they only had 30-some yards at halftime.
Jeremy Jones, receiver in the slot. Wacker looks to this side, and he's able to get it complete over the middle, and it's going to be down to the 10-yard line. Great job is over the middle, able to find this one up. Derek Merriweather comes in, and Cullen Wacker again looked like that play coach designed to go to the left. His check down option, Merriweather.
Actually, it was designed for the tight end. If you notice, they don't throw to the tight end very often. That was a designed tight end play. Right down the middle, right down the seams. Pull up, didn't even 3 yards for the first down.
Actually, I think that was Mikhail Gardner. 2 number 48s on here. And they'll look. Wacker looking for the corner of the end zone. And touchdown, Torian Russell! 10-yard touchdown pass. And Russell got the step. And what a throw by Wacker. It was either going to be caught, coach, or out of bounds.
Perfect position, perfect pass, outside shoulder. If Russell didn't catch it, nobody was going to catch it. Outstanding.
Here's the replay coming right at you. Torian Russell used all of the end zone.
Every inch.
And
then some.
McGill, a PAT away from tying this one up. And the McGill crowd has been awakened.
Wetumpka might come back and see this thing to haunt them. Losing them 21 points.
7-7. We get some life out of the Yellow Jackets.
You're watching the UTV 44 Comcast High School Football Game of the Week. UTV 44 Comcast High School Football is brought to you by John and Julie Beal, Walters Control, Olinger Construction.
When you come to Precision Auto Glass, we guarantee a pleasing experience. We have certified technicians installing original equipment glass with a lifetime warranty for as long as you own your car. Your job will be handled by experienced professionals from start to finish. And we will even file insurance claims for you.
At Precision Auto Glass, we stand by it because we know who sits behind it. Give us a call today at 888-393-2840.
Together, right around the corner.
At Beef O'Brady's, it's never too late to have a happy childhood.
Let's get together. Let's get together.
Kids of all ages will enjoy our new mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone baby back ribs.
Everybody's together.
Great ribs, good friends. Get them together at Beef's.
Let's get together.
See you at Beef's.
Come on, let's get together.
Hi, I'm Paul Stanley.
And I'm Ron Prater. We'd like to invite you to Catfish Junction.
We offer locally grown catfish, seafood, steak and chicken.
And great service to boot.
We're easy to find, just a mile and a half east of I-65 at exit 13.
Holiday Millionaire Raffle is back. 12 lucky players will win $1 million with the best odds ever to do so. Buy your ticket early for a chance to win $50 instantly. Hurry, tickets are limited. Holiday Millionaire Raffle, coming soon.
New holiday scratch-off tickets make great gifts. With top cash prizes up to $500,000, there's something for everyone on your list, including you. New holiday scratch-off games from the Florida Lottery.
Hi, I'm Paul Stanley.
And I'm Ron Prater. We'd like to invite you to Catfish Junction.
We offer locally grown catfish, seafood, steak and chicken.
And great service to boot.
We're easy to find, just a mile and a half east of I-65 at exit 13.
You're watching the UTV 44 Comcast High School Football Game of the Week.
Well, Ladd is alive on this side for the first time since pregame introductions. And let's go down to Al for a Winslow sideline report. Albert.
Thank you, Jim. The Yellow Jackets are very excited down here. They got that one in the end zone. Beautiful pass by Wacker there. And hopefully that'll get them back in the game. We've been waiting for some of this since the first quarter, Jim. Back up to you.
This one sent deep, and so at the 20, it's where Wetumpka will start. 66 yards on 10 plays, 4 minutes and 9 seconds for the touchdown drive, a 10-yard pass.
They got some help penalty-wise. They also got pushed back penalty-wise and were able to overcome a 1st and 25.
Good play calling. I also give the credit to the offensive coordinators, D.D. Thompson, and the other gentleman. I'm lost with his name right now. Aaronsburg. Excellent play calling. Backside of the backfield. You got 7 in the box. Somebody got to cover him.
Hey, Coach, do you almost get to the point now if you're McGill, you're kind of like, whew, okay, now it feel a little looser. Maybe can now just go.
Now, defense just needs to play defense. They've seen this offense for a half now.
And they stopped him on the first series. Washington comes over the middle, and he's got it complete. Landon Jones with another catch out at the 31.
You know, when you watch Washington, what you see is a quarterback in complete command of what they do. It's obvious he started last year when you watch him play. He is as much a commander-in-chief as Wacker is for McGill.
Absolutely, no question. But look at his numbers, the numbers he picked up. Dan, I'm just so curious as to why number 10 is playing so soft out there tonight. He's not putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback or the ball.
This one completed out to about the 37 as he got it to Sanders out of the backfield.
Maybe it's part of the defensive scheme, but I don't understand 6'7", you know, playing soft on the line of scrimmage with his hands up in the air.
Getting some pressure on Washington would mean a lot. This is a gentleman, young kid, great athlete, also an excellent baseball player.
Washington going to keep this one up the middle, and he's up to the 40. That's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And an excellent student, too. Good young man, but they need him, especially with Cole out of the game. They need everybody out there to elevate their game defensively. And again, without Adrian Cole, it's almost like everybody's taking a step backward, looking at each other. They can't do that the rest of the game. They can't do it on this play.
They had 3rd and 1 on the first drive, make it 3rd and 2 of the second half here. And a stop was made by the Yellow Jacket defense, and they need another one. Sanders will have the first down. Across the 45 out to about the 46.
Winning the line of scrimmage, Coach.
Wetumpka have found something to their left and to McGill's right. If you notice, 70% of the runs have been to the left side of their offense.
And in fairness to Glenn Harbin, lots of times that's not been where he's been lined up, too.
True.
Running behind Ray Blake, number 66 over there, 6'3", 280. Fresh set of downs for Wetumpka.
He pulls up to the Waffle House. They pull the shades.
Washington looking to pass, wants to go deep up in the air, and it's complete inside the 20 as Hunter Bush has it, and Schneider, I think, got turned around. Didn't know the ball was in the air, and Hunter Bush comes up with another reception.
Yeah, these wideouts continue to get the best.
That was actually Dante Battles. And Schneider came over to make the touchdown-saving tackle.
They like some matchups. They're getting some matchups out one-on-one that they like a lot.
Great
and they're
matchups.
exploiting.
Great matchups.
0 for 3 in the red zone tonight so far here for Wetumpka, and they give it off to Sanders, and he's hit at the ankles and brought down. Brett Matchett in there, able to make the stop.
What a reply by Wetumpka after Mcgill Tooen fights and scratches to get on the board.
That's the way they answer back.
Yep.
Mcgill Tooen needs to force a turnover here.
I see Coach moved number 10 changed sides with him onto the so-called strong side.
Empty backfield. Sanders in the slot. Motion from Means. They're going to look for a fade, it looks like. Instead, over the middle, and touchdown Wetumpka. Hakeem Means in for the score. Poised by Washington.
Great poise. All night great poise by Washington.
Outstanding poise. But now, guys, tell me now. I mean, I don't want to be too critical of Glenn Harbin. I love the high school game and all, but where was the pressure from the 6'7", 260-pounder and the quarterback standing back there to throw a pass?
Well, watch this too. Hunter Bush is now in to kick after Cam Stevens missed 3. And an extra point could turn out to be huge in this one. You have to hurry to get the snap off, pressure, and it's no good. Trouble with the kicking game continues, and McGill, they bring in the new kicker, and it does not work. 6 plays, 80 yards, and a touchdown on Wetumpka answers back. Have the lead again here on UTV 44 and Comcast.
You're watching the UTV 44 Comcast High School Football Game of the Week. The Comcast UTV 44 High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Beef O'Brady's.
Let's get together right around the corner.
Beef O'Brady's is the perfect place for kids and the kid in you.
Let's get together.
You'll do cartwheels over our new lip-smacking baby back ribs, topped with a savory barbecue sauce. Great ribs, good friends. Get them together at Beef's.
Oh, let's get together. Let's get together.
See you at Beef's.
Let's get together.
Since 1988, Wetumpka has been a leader in industrial fabrication. Wetumpka's engineers, craftsmen, certified welders, and support staff provide their customers with the highest quality products and services. From industrial fabrication to laser cutting, metal piping, and alloy welding, Wetumpka does the job right. When it comes to corporate security, Wetumpka provides state-of-the-art protection for their clients. Wetumpka, an ASME code-certified general contractor.
You're watching the UTV 44 Comcast High School Football Game of the Week.
Wetumpka comes back and scores. They make it 13-7, but they missed the extra point. And Mcgill, now they got to answer back again. Feel like they've just been in a huge hole all night long here.
Well, that's how poorly the offense is played. They were down 7 points, and it felt like a huge hole. I'll tell you what. Wetumpka with an impressive drive, but if Mcgill Toolen somehow wins this football game, they may want to give a game ball to the Wetumpka kickers because they've kept them in this thing. Jeremy Jones
could use a spark.
Use a big play.
He can give you that spark you need.
The sophomore will take it at the 10. And Sanders, the starting tailback, comes back there to get it done.
UTV 44, your Gulf Coast Superstation, is stirring up prime time Mondays. It's all about drama, tears, and giggles with Ladies Night Monday night on UTV 44.
Right there,
drink with the umbrella in it there. That's Ladies Night. That signifies Ladies Night.
Right. .240 to go in the third in a very surprising game for a lot of folks. Mcgill undefeated, as we said at the top of the broadcast. Get it to Jeremy Jones, a little wide receiver screen here. Wetumpka defends that well.
Yeah, Wetumpka's doing a lot of things well. Mcgill is doing a lot of things not so well. Even on that kickoff. Missed blocks, trying to get, Jones had no prayer. You got a game breaker type of athlete receiving the kickoff at around the 10-yard line. He's in good shape to do something with it. He can't get to the 20.
Wetumpka was down on breathing right down his neck.
I know Mcgill had to come back to beat Blunt, I think, in that game. I would venture to say they have not trailed at this point of the game all season. Jeremy Jones takes it from the wide receiver spot. Now he spins at the 30, and he's going to have a Mcgill first down out to the 34.
Pulled a little no-shine, little spin move.
There's that spark you was talking about, Dan.
Yeah, get it to him somehow, Jim. He is you get it to him in space. They're jamming up the middle, so there's not much for Russell. And he's just, he doesn't weigh much more than 160, 170, but he can really fly.
Torian Russell, the senior.
Wacker sees something.
Actually, Coach Powell sent that in there. They have to hurry to get the play off, and they do, and they give it to Lomax on the rare fullback dive. Nothing going on there. As we approach a minute to go in the third quarter. Wacker did not start the game, came in on the second series, pitches it to Russell, who's got a hole, and he dances up, and he's going to have the first down at the 45.
You know what? He got a hole because he saw the hole. Did you see the cutback, Coach?
Great vision.
Yeah, eyes,
Great
man.
vision.
It wasn't the biggest gap, but he sees it. Nice job by Torian Russell.
Take a look here. Just a short little move to the inside.
It's a pretty good hole there, actually. But anyway, he does a good job of cutting it back and not even thinking about going for the corner.
Your vision, not so much. Torian's great.
Always good.
And Mcgill with a fresh set of downs. Eddie in motion. Pitch it off to Russell, and again comes up the middle, and he's upended right at the line of scrimmage.
They're just stacking the box. There's not many places to go. Lacey comes up from his safety position, and at 6'5", 210, he's going to have an impact.
Look for a little play action on the next one, I believe.
We'll look for it at the start of the fourth quarter. We are through 14 carries, 31 yards tonight for Torian Russell, and he's going to need a bunch more. Mcgill needs some points as we start the fourth on UTV 44 and Comcast.
You're watching the UTV 44 Comcast High School Football Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Paul Stanley.
And I'm Ron Prater. We'd like to invite you to Catfish Junction.
We offer locally grown catfish, seafood, steak and chicken.
And great service to boot.
We're easy to find, just a mile and a half east of I-65 at exit 13.
Now at UJ Chevrolet, it's the grand opening of the Gulf Coast's finest pre-owned supercenter. And all new expanded inventory, all thousands below MSRP. Dozens priced as low as $5,000. UJ, Mobile's only GM-certified pre-owned Chevy dealer with 4.9 financing, 114 multi-point inspection, and free 5-year, 100,000-mile warranties. That's free 5-year, 100,000-mile warranties on every GM-certified pre-owned vehicle. Now at UJ Chevrolet, Airport Boulevard east of Schillinger, Chevrolet, an American Revolution.
Hi, I'm Paul Stanley.
And I'm Ron Prater. We'd like to invite you to Catfish Junction.
We offer locally grown catfish, seafood, steak and chicken.
And great service to boot.
We're easy to find, just a mile and a half east of I-65 at exit 13.
What's that? It's cranberry splash. New flavor from Sierra Mist. It's only around during the holidays.
I've never seen it before.
Yeah, it just shows up once a year, then it disappears. Just like the Holiday Hawk.
Holiday Hawk? Give me a break. All right, it's a hawk, but there's nothing holiday about it.
Jingle bells, jingle.
Oh, it is the Holiday Hawk.
Now available in 0-calorie, mist-free.
Who are you?
The seasonal squirrel.
That's bizarre.
Let's get together right around the corner.
At Beef O'Brady's, it's never too late to have a happy childhood.
Let's get together.
Kids of all ages will enjoy our new mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone baby back ribs.
Everybody's
Great ribs, good friends. Get them together at Beef's.
See you at Beef's.
You're watching the UTV 44 Comcast High School Football Game of the Week.
Beautiful RSA Tower, downtown Mobile. And a Mcgill crowd that wants to get loud, wants to get rowdy.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Wetumpka didn't get off the bus, overly impressed with coming to the big city, did they?
No. They have played well
from the start.
And I think Mcgill coming into this game would have thought, okay, we're going to need to score more than 13 points to win this game anyway. But I think if you're Wetumpka, you're coming in here and you're thinking,
we got to score plenty.
Yeah, we're going to have to score a bunch.
Yeah. Who knows what Wetumpka was thinking? They weren't thinking what we were thinking.
Well, if we could have talked to them on the phone during the week, we'd have had a chance to know what they were thinking.
They got to get that phone to the field house. That's coming.
That's it, rolling out. Whacker looking down for Valet, and there's contact. It's intercepted, but this one's going to come back as that's going to be pass interference. Riley with his second interception of the night. Riley, a little straight arm there, and Riley, who, if that would have counted, would have been his 10th pick on the year, but that's going to be pass interference against Riley as he looked for Zach Valet.
Well, I don't like the matchup down there. Again, Cullen throws it there.
It's kind of up for grabs.
I guess he did. Looking back at it, Coach, that was a very obvious push off.
Oh, no doubt. He pushed off, no question about that. The young man had been playing a great deep middle of the field safety tonight.
I mean, he was where he needed to be.
Yeah, he got caught that time.
And he's so physical, he probably didn't need to push off, but
I just think Cullen and the offense coordinators might need to take a.
It's not been good down the middle of the field tonight.
That was my point, Dan.
No, they had to go back to the original line of scrimmage
and
bring it up.
Then they're marking it off.
But his post corner routes seem to be open. But of course, they see it a little different than we see it.
Boy,
well, we have seen a couple of safeties that can run and are big.
When Coach Lassiter was giving us a scouting report for this game from Fairhope, who Wetumpka beat last week, he said, Keywan Riley, number 4, he said, he is a player. Keep your eye on him. And Coach wasn't kidding. 1st and 10 for McGill. Torian Russell looking for a hole on the right side, kind of slipped down, and he'll get about 1. You also look at this game, 11.5 to go, and you just think, Coach, you're not going to get the ball that many more times here in the 4th quarter.
Jim, you better sustain your drive. Go back to the short stuff, underneath stuff, and get that ball in the end zone, 5, 6, 7 yards at a time.
And again, one thing that looks like has been taken away from this offense to this point has been Cullen Wacker running the football. That's a big part of what they do successfully.
Big part of the offense.
Low snap. Looks over the middle, and it's intercepted this time. Riley comes up with a pick, and Riley may be gone. Up the right side, Riley. Hit at the 20 and knocked out of bounds at the 15. Went through the hands. And the 2nd interception tonight for Wetumpka. Again, trying to go to Gardner.
Yeah, he threw it behind Gardner. Cullen was also backing up as he threw. Really didn't have his feet set. We talked about an injury can.
The last 4 snaps he has gotten have been low.
Mm-hmm.
That has a lot to do with his accuracy also, because he got a bad knee.
And timing, but boy.
Timing and all, Jim.
Some good hustle. Boy, that's 6 right there.
Excellent hustle.
Yeah, good job by the Yellow Jackets to hustle there to get that one.
Jim, you got to be impressed with Wetumpka, though, at this point.
All night long.
Honestly, I'm stunned at what's going on in this game right now. And there's a lot of football left to be played, but usually if you see a team's going to come back, you're seeing those glimpses during the game. Well, boy, they're a play here, they're a play here. Just not seeing it right now. Don't give it off to Sanders, but that one in motion before this one got started, and that'll back him up a bit. Now, how about all the penalties on Wetumpka? Really keep McGill in this game as well.
Yeah, penalties, missed field goals, missed opportunities.
That'll be 5 more. 10.5.
7 penalties, 70 yards for Wetumpka. Now, McGill's offense is like, it's like they're driving to grandmother's house for Thanksgiving dinner. They get there, but they had 4 flats along the way, and they got there a little bit late. And their offense just has not been able to sustain anything.
Washington up the middle. He's inside the 20.
And what they're getting with Washington is exactly what McGill usually gets with Wacker.
That's right.
But they don't have it with Wacker because obviously they don't want to, maybe he can't run as well, or they don't want to expose his leg. But at this point, if he can run at all, you got to roll it.
Well, you guys talked about it early on in pregame about the effect that an injury can have on your offense or defense. Adrian Cole's presence is certainly missed tonight.
Washington, who is 12 for 12 tonight, fires this one and make it 13 for 13, and Means has got a 1st down inside the 10, 1st and goal.
I tell you, what a play.
13 of 13, 214 yards tonight for Washington.
17 carries, 85 yards on the ground for Washington.
Perfect on the night. Handed off, Sanders trying to get to the corner. He's in for a touchdown. Dante Sanders, an 8-yard scamper. And McGill in a place they have not been all year long. As you look, 3 plays, 25 yards, a minute 5. It's about to be 20. They're going to line up. I would think they would have gone for 2 here.
You know, we've seen games this year where Wacker's only thrown it 5 times.
He was 3 of 5 last week.
Yeah.
And now, look at this. They are 0. Oh, that one snuck in just barely. And it's 20-7. Mcgill going to need a huge rally here on UTV 44 and Comcast.
You're watching the UTV 44 Comcast High School Football Game of the Week. UTV 44 Comcast High School Football is brought to you by Mcgill Tooen Booster Club, Mcgill Tooen Yellow Jacket Club, Mark and Missy Wiggins.
Since 1988, Wetumpka has been a leader in industrial fabrication. Wetumpka's engineers, craftsmen, certified welders, and support staff provide their customers with the highest quality products and services. From industrial fabrication to laser cutting, metal piping, and alloy welding, Wetumpka does the job right. When it comes to corporate security, Wetumpka provides state-of-the-art protection for their clients. Wetumpka, an AHSAA code-certified general contractor.
Holiday Millionaire Raffle is back. 12 lucky players will win $1 million with the best odds ever to do so. Buy your ticket early for a chance to win $50 instantly. Hurry, tickets are limited. Holiday Millionaire Raffle, coming soon.
New holiday scratch-off tickets make great gifts. With top cash prizes up to $500,000, there's something for everyone on your list, including you. New holiday scratch-off games from the Florida Lottery.
You're watching the UTV 44 Comcast High School Football Game of the Week.
Wetumpka on top 20-7. I want to thank the folks bringing you high school football tonight here on UTV 44 and Comcast Donaghy Mechanical. Thanks to Mr. Valet helping us out there. Ollinger Construction also proud to bring you high school football tonight. They're working on the new stadium at McGill, and HGH General Contractors as well. Proud to bring you high school football tonight on UTV 44 and Comcast and McGill. Not a time left.
No, my point about the passing, Jim, was that there's been games where Wacker's thrown it 5 times. He's going to have to throw it the rest of the game for them to win, and that's just not what they do.
And he has had trouble with the accuracy. And look at Jeremy Jones take this one back to the goal line, and Jones trying to get to the outside, still on his feet. Jeremy Jones, the sophomore, gets it out to the 25, but you're right. They're suddenly going to have to spread it and start slinging it around, but you got those ball hawks back there.
Yeah, the corners aren't bad, and the safeties have been terrific tonight. Again, Fairhope can pull that off, but that's what they do. That's what Fairhope's offense is predicated on. That's what they practice all the time, right? And throwing it. Whereas McGill.
There's Keith Powell, first-year coach of the Yellow Jackets. 11-0 to this point, trying to become the first team in McGill history to win 12 games.
Well, you win this game, and that's how you become a cult hero. So, Cullen Wacker, there's the good news for you. If you can somehow pull this one out.
Wacker 8 of 13 for 72 yards. And this one, Jeremy Jones makes the catch. But again, even that, the timing wasn't there. Jeremy Jones had to go up, get the high pass.
And then it's over.
Yeah.
And now you get the clock rolling. Been just as well if it was incomplete, actually.
Yeah.
And Jones gets a good whacking for his efforts.
And lost his shoe.
Clock rolling under 9 minutes. It's not like they've had to do a bunch of the 2-minute offense this year, too.
You're right. That's a great point. Maybe at the first half of some games.
That'd be it. Not the same pressure first half of a game in the middle of the year and the
now,
second half of the playoffs.
Yeah, now you see Wetumpka just putting up 4 guys to rush and dropping 7 back in coverage, and they get him. They get Wacker back at the 15.
You know, Jim, that was you saw it. Rushing 4. All night they've been rushing 6 and 7.
Right.
Now you change your defense, and that's what happened to Cullen at that point. He was confused as to coverage.
And also, 5 couldn't keep 4 out. No, so you got a problem there, too. And look at the time roll, too. When Jones caught that ball, there was about 9:20 to go.
You're down to 8 minutes.
Now they rush 3.
Wacker has to pull it down, looking to make something happen. He's got a complete first down. McGill at the 43 as Zach Valley comes up with the catch, and that's a big play by your senior quarterback there.
Yeah, so that's at this point, every big play they make is survival.
You got to get 2 scores. I mean, first of all, you got to get a score. You got to stop and get the ball back.
Yeah. Well, you may get a score, and I don't care how much time left on the clock. You may onside kick it right there, because their defense has had such trouble getting any kind of 3 and out off of Wetumpka.
Wacker over the middle to Torian Russell, and Russell to the 50. And now you start to see the real, true hurry-up offense. They need to really start.
Time is really a factor.
Dan said they started this drive over 2 minutes ago. They had to wait for the ball boy to get off the field. That didn't make Coach Powell happy. Incomplete. Another first down to Jeremy Jones. That'll stop the clock. And the hurry up.
Well, nothing's going to make Coach Powell happy. Down 13. Everything's just magnified.
And I'm going to say, guys, think back again to that missed extra point when they brought in the other kicker. I know that's a long way down the road, but that could be a huge point in this one if McGill
You're right, Jim.
can just get 2 scores in the last 7 minutes.
One at a time.
Looking, single coverage down the far side. Instead goes over the middle. He's got it complete to Jeremy Jones, who breaks away. Jones, touchdown Yellow Jackets. 40 yards. The senior got burned as the sophomore Jones is able to go in for the score.
Jones had a lot of company when he caught it, Coach.
I'm speechless. I'm watching Jim. Excitement.
McGill.
Fantastic play. That was just outstanding effort there, guys.
Bush is the corner who gets beat initially, and then Riley does not make the play. Coming over from safety. You're telling us that Jones stronger than he may appear because of his short stature, but a ball of muscle. It looks
I
like
looked at him last week, walked up to him and talked to him.
And he missed the extra point.
Wow.
Good and thick. Good and thick.
McGill,
well, that's
this is
huge right there.
The extra point. And so we'll go to break. It's now 20-13, 6:42. Suddenly we got a lot of time left to play on UTV 44 and Comcast.
Wow.
You're watching the UTV 44 Comcast High School Football Game of the Week.
Holiday Millionaire Raffle is back. 12 lucky players will win $1 million with the best odds ever to do so. Buy your ticket early for a chance to win $50 instantly. Hurry, tickets are limited. Holiday Millionaire Raffle, coming soon.
New holiday scratch-off tickets make great gifts. With top cash prizes up to $500,000, there's something for everyone on your list, including you. New holiday scratch-off games from the Florida Lottery.
This is a special announcement. The public is entitled to purchase cars and homes seized by police and bank agents. An inventory of cars and homes are available now and will be sold to the public. Call 1-800-369-8822. Cars available from $500. Homes available from $199 a month. Down payment assistance available for those who qualify. For listings in your area, call 1-800-369-8822. That's 1-800-369-8822.
You're watching the UTV 44 Comcast High School Football Game of the Week.
To 13. Stolen missed the extra point.
6 plays, 74 yards, and that drive did not have the signs of a successful drive when it started.
How about the third down, the big third down?
That was it. That was it.
And here comes the onside kick attempt.
Guys, I thought we had been paid a visit by Brent Musburger there for a minute. That's the kind of excitement I like, fellas.
Instead, they'll try to pooch it back. Bush takes it at the 25, and McGill all over him there.
Adrian Cole is in the game at linebacker.
For the first time.
First time tonight.
And the Mcgill crowd has just noticed as well. And if nothing else, just the emotional lift to the other 10 guys out on the field.
It's obvious that he is the emotional leader of that bunch.
No question about it. No question, Dan.
Now, keep this in mind. McGill's defense has forced 25 turnovers so far this season. They need one here.
And I know Adrian Cole had a big hand in all of that.
Washington up the middle, and he's stopped. And guess who comes in? Glenn Harbin to make the stop.
Well, I'm glad to see him kind of pick it up, because I've seen him play some heck of a games, and tonight he just looked like he's playing a little soft, guys.
Here we
Very good. They're going to need him coming up.
6 minutes and rolling here. McGill down. Wetumpka trying to use as much of the play clock as they can and see if that maybe gets them out of their rhythm a bit. They'll give it off. Sanders on the near side cuts it back up the middle, and he's out to the 35, and third down coming up.
Well, Sanders does two great things there. He sees the cutback lane and comes back and gets positive yards because he was going to get nothing to the end. And the worst case scenario for them is he's going to get pushed out of bounds. So good job by Sanders. They now have got a makeable third down.
This may be your season almost right here, this third down here. You get a stop here. Washington, who's been stellar tonight. Trouble with the snap, gets hit, and he's going to be stopped. Justin Pritchard is in to make the stop.
Well, he's competed all night, guys, 92.
They're going to stop the clock for a measurement.
And I think this is just to see how far
and you know
it is. Because
immediately they bring in Marquise Bucks. Like, we're bringing our big back in, and we're going for it here.
They probably, if Coach Anderson go for it, his mindset is that McGill has got momentum, and I want to kill that momentum now. It's short, both is short.
So he's got almost a half a football.
Hey, Coach, you're a coach. What are you doing right now?
I punt the ball. I punt the ball and put my defense back out there. That's just too risky down in that neck of the woods.
They go for it. See if maybe they just try to draw them off or let the play clock run on down. You know, it wouldn't be bad to.
Yeah, try to get him to jump off sides.
Yeah, even if you take the 5-yard delay a game and then punt the ball, you're still going to burn a half a minute off because they start out of the shotgun. It's not like the quarterback sneak. But they'll go for it, and they've got a first down and maybe a whole bunch more. Right up the middle. Bucks will be brought down at the 20.
Fellas, I tell you what, Coach Anderson came here to win the ball game.
No doubt about it.
Wow.
Marquez Bucks goes 52 yards.
That's that sophomore defensive end that's played so well on the other side of the ball.
That was gutsy.
Awfully gutsy.
And how about the job to catch him from behind? Now we approach 4 minutes to go.
Both teams with all their 3 allotted timeouts.
Washington's been perfect tonight. Looking in the corner, goes up and incomplete. Good coverage back there by Stephen McCord. It's kind of a dangerous pass. First incomplete pass tonight for Tevin Washington.
It's Hunter Bush, who's the older brother of the cornerback. And he's been able to get behind people all night.
Yes, he has. He got some excellent hands.
Coach Anderson looked like he was going for the win on that play.
He sure was.
Stops the clock.
Real gutsy.
He had what he wanted to.
Sanders in motion. Washington will keep it. Tries to dart to the outside and does, and he's through, and he's in for the score.
Well, if there's any question as to who the player of the game is tonight, then You haven't been watching real close, because it most definitely has been Tevin Washington, whose leadership and his composure. And
they had him stop there.
Yeah, his stats are going to be mind-blowing when you get a look at what he's done tonight.
Four minutes to go, and Mcgill finds themselves down in a big hole again. Now the kickers are warming up for Wetumpka. 27-13, 4 minutes to go on UTV 44 and Comcast.
You're watching the UTV 44 Comcast High School Football Game of the Week. UTV 44 Comcast High School Football is brought to you by Vance McGowan Construction, Donahue Mechanical, Encore Rehabilitation.
Let's get together right around the corner.
Beef O'Brady's is the perfect place for kids and the kid in you.
Let's get together. Let's get together.
You'll do cartwheels over our new lip-smacking baby back ribs, topped with a savory barbecue sauce. Great ribs, good friends. Get them together at Beef's.
Oh, let's get together. Let's get together.
See it, Beefs.
Let's get together.
Make children so bright who grow every day. Smart ones who know you're there all the way.
Today's babies are tomorrow's graduates. Start now. Prepay a child's college tuition with PACT.
Make the best for them so they get the best from life.
PACT is offered by the Alabama Treasurer Kay Ivey's office. Enroll now. Call 800-ALA-PACT.
Make a pact, a college pact for life.
You're watching the UTV 44 Comcast High School Football Game of the Week.
Wow.
They came ready to play. Wetumpka first half, second half. Mcgill gives him a challenge, but then Mcgill defensively not able to stop them. And the offensive rally is not going to be enough.
4th and inches, and they go 52 yards. I need Jeremy Jones to take this one.
Better block somebody.
93 yards. Jones out to the 23. Clock ticked off a few extra seconds there. I am shocked at where this game is at right now, fellas.
Well, when you match up teams from around the state, you don't always know exactly what you're going to get. When you don't always know exactly how you're going to match up physically with each other. And I think we're surprised by that Wetumpka has got so many playmakers on the field.
Yeah,
and also defensively, they've done a great job.
You know, you summed it up. What do I say?
It's you look back to week 1 of the playoffs. Who thought UMS Wright would go up and beat the undefeated McAdory team?
I don't think many people in the UMS Wright convoy going up. They were just up there to support the boys.
Right.
And they come back with a celebration. Coach, you remember any game that you coached in the playoffs where all of a sudden you looked at yourself and you looked at the situation and said, whoops, that team isn't who we thought they were?
Eufaula, 1998. We went to Eufaula and fought for our dear life to get out of Eufaula. We were undefeated and beating some top-notch teams in the state. Got the little old Eufaula, and well, you know, old Eufaula.
We've been there.
You know, you just never know.
That's who UMS Wright's got up the street tonight.
Yep.
But I'm about as surprised as you guys are.
Well, Wetumpka's schemed well, played well, and everything else. But boy, it's pretty obvious that how much number 7 and number 43 mean to Mcgill.
They come to Jeremy Jones. Jones slips a tackle at the 30 and some more. And they'll have to get it up, and they got to get it in his hands as quickly as possible as you're approaching 3.5 left. And he's your playmaker out there.
He's it now.
Dan, you made a comment about the schemes. Wetumpka schemes have been just perfect tonight.
Three men to rush for Wetumpka, and they'll float it. Russell out of the backfield trying to get to the sidelines, and will.
Not quite the first down, though, I don't think.
No, he's going to be a little short. Jeremy Jones is the big playmaker from a passing standpoint. He's got 9 touchdown receptions on the year. Cullen Wacker has thrown 14. I almost wonder if you start to see Torian Russell split out wide as well with the speed. 3rd down and 1. Wacker dumps it over the middle, and Russell's got the first down. That'll stop the clock while they move the chains. I get it. You got to start taking some shots downfield, though, don't you, Coach? I mean, you're down 2 scores. You got to.
Yeah.
You can't just peck your way all the way down the field.
No, you're right, Jim. You got to be able to get some yardage under you.
He's got those big defensive backs back there. They come to Jeremy Jones to the near side. Jones able to slip a tackle. Now Jones has got another first down. He's knocked out of bounds at the end of the play as well. And the clock's still running. Still running. So Mcgill has got to get a score. And then hope for an onside kick. Wacker fires it, and Jones has got it complete. Down to the 28-yard line.
Nice throw by Wacker.
Good throw. Excellent throw.
And the clock's still running. Keith Powell cannot believe it. It's been an issue the last 2 drives.
Well, that play did not take 10 seconds, and the one before they lost some time too. There's no doubt about that.
Lost about 6 seconds off the play before. They got the matchup that they want.
They're gonna put some more. They're gonna tell them to hold the clock. Instead, they start it and run another second off.
Well, he wound it.
Shouldn't wind the clock. He was out of bounds. So he was trying to tell him to hold it. Daphne a winner 21-14 tonight.
Big win for the Trojans on the road.
Yep, in trouble with the snap. Wacker steps up in the pocket, dumps it out, able to get it complete, and out of bounds. Petty in the clock. Keith Powell is going to, I'm not sure what he's going to do.
Well, clock operators over there.
On my wine.
Tell him to
Wayne.
hold it. This is.
Okay, so he's going to try to make it back up and not start the clock until he winds. So he's going to try to make up the seconds here, the official on the field.
Good job by the official on the field, covering up for the blunder by the official up here.
Blunders.
And now another bad snap. Mcgill has had so many problems with his snap, and the ball is still loose. And Mcgill is on it, but the snap has been a perpetual problem here tonight, and now you're going to have to call a timeout. I think if they're not going to call it, they're going to try to get up there and get a play.
Boy, now you just got to catch lightning in the bottle.
2nd and 18, and again the low snap. Wacker over the middle, and Valet's got it. First down, Yellow Jackets, and that'll stop the clock. And a flag is all the way back at the 30. Valet found a little seam there. Pass interference against Mcgill.
Wow. Wow. Back at the 30?
So many problems with the snaps here. So it was 2nd and 18. Mcgill had it down to the 12. Take a look at our replay here. Well, that wasn't it.
No, that's.
I mean, but the flag was at the 30, like it almost back at the line of scrimmage. Line is actually would have been 5 yards downfield.
A lot to talk about.
When things aren't going your way, Coach, they just feel like they're snowballing on you too, don't they?
Man, feel like somebody have dropped a piano on your head. I mean, you know.
Look at this, too. Look at this.
That hurts.
What in the world was that call?
Holding.
It went from a push to a...
Let's listen in.
Cover receiver on the offense. Offensive pass interference. Lost it down. Be fourth down.
Well, was the ball not around the 35? So you're talking about a penalty that
15 yards. If it was at the 32, they would
loss
back him up
of
to the 47.
Yeah,
that's what I don't understand that.
You pull an armed robbery on DIP and not get that much.
So 4th and 28 for the Yellow Jackets. Wacker fires it, looking for Pettit. He's got it! Down at the 7, 1st and goal, Yellow Jackets.
Wow. Well, I think now he's made up for the one he didn't catch earlier.
That's called redemption, guys.
I'll tell you what, great play by Petty.
Great play.
And he went up and took it away with a minute 53 to go. 4th and 28. And now a timeout called for by Wetumpka.
Keep an eye on that clock. They may roll a few seconds there.
Take a look at the replay.
Coach, take it away.
40 yards. Wacker steps up in the pocket.
Well, this is desperation. This is all desperation. Young man went up and made a fantastic catch over the outstretched arms of the safety. But that was all desperation, guys.
Quentin Petty. And how about the throw of Cullen Wacker? He's had trouble throwing the long ball tonight because of the bum leg.
Had a little time to throw.
Not able to push off.
Now with 1:53 left.
You don't just want to score if you're McGill. You want to score quickly because obviously one score is not going to get it. You need to give yourself a chance to get the onside kick and get it back.
Well, and think of this. And even if you don't get the onside kick back, McGill has all 3 of their timeouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was used by Wetumpka. They do at this point, but that's why score quick so you don't have to burn any timeouts.
Yep.
Well, we can tell that McGill doesn't have any quit in him. And that's the great thing.
Touchdown, extra point, onside kick, touchdown, extra point. Got a date with the Yellow Jackets next week. Wacker rolls out to his right, looking. Now he's going to try to run it. Wacker dives, touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Colin Wacker.
That's Coach's godson there.
I was thinking.
He gutsed it out there, Coach.
I was thinking John Elway in the Super Bowl on that run there.
Did you see the limp?
Yep, the limp.
Running in.
Yep.
Gutsy call. Gutsy performance by number 7, ladies and gentlemen.
27-19 with a PAT. Coming up here, watch Cullen Wacker. And he is hit at the 3.
Drives people in with him
by
on
Bucks.
one leg.
Bad leg and all.
Bucks, who's been all over the field tonight.
How about
The PAT this time is good, and it's 27-20 with 1:45 left. And you almost 8 plays, 76 yards. You almost start to see why Fairhope put up 450 yards, spread it out and throwing it all around a little bit.
Well, maybe so. And again, that's what Fairhope does so well. And that thing about Mcgill Tooen is they're able to get 20 on the board, especially these. Heck, I think all 20 might be in the 4th quarter, but this is not what they generally do well.
No, this is not typical of McGill.
Look at
McGill
Wacker.
don't like to throw an awful lot.
Look at Wacker from the other sideline camera.
Yeah, it was
That's
like Elway
outstanding
was
effort.
not getting spun around, but he was going on one leg there. He's gone the whole game on one leg. He did not start the game.
All right, now the onside kick forthcoming. 1:45 left, 3 timeouts for the Yellow Jackets.
If you're seeing Cullen Wacker for the first time tonight on this replay, what you're missing is the athlete that he is because of that bum leg. He'd have walked that thing in the end zone normally.
But you know, guys, that's a twofold story.
Dolan on for the PAT. Watch, keep an eye on Glenn Harbin, the big defensive end, is at the bottom of the screen. Rangy, good soft hands. Oh. And now, this may be, boy, they try. They get Maybe the good bounce. Nope, it's Bucks who has it right at the 50. And Bucks looked like he got hurt on that. Listen to Cullen Wacker. In the first half, he was 2 of 3 for 15 yards. In the second half, 15 of 21 for 210 yards.
Yeah, Adam. Ooh, look at Bucks.
Yeah.
Guys, you know what it
Played a
says
great
to when a young man like Cullen is hurt and comes back and give a master performance like that. That tells you what kind of player you're dealing with.
Boy.
That's a fine young player right there.
Marquez Bucks.
Talk about being on one leg.
Bucks.
He's trying to put some weight on that left leg. He recovered the onside kick. Didn't see what happened to the young man, but he is
part of the good hands, people.
He was the one with 52 yards on that 4th and short.
Yep.
That is the difference in the game right now. 27-20, 1:45 left. It almost looks like he's holding above his hamstring. Yeah. Mcgill has to come up with some stops here. They give it off to Sanders, trying to get to the outside. Sanders driven back and stopped, and Mcgill takes the timeout. 137, 136. And Mcgill and their fans staring at that clock when they call for a timeout.
If they could stare at the clock operator, they would burn a hole in him.
You don't think Glenn Arbin heard me, do you?
Making some plays there.
He is.
Fantastic. Right down the line of scrimmage like you like your defensive ends to do.
And also give Sanders a little credit there, because you saw for a second, like you noticed on the last series, Dan, where he was going to try to bounce to the outside and then thought, I might get pushed out of bounds here. And that would be very bad.
Sanders, tough running back, and also a very smart running back. He's only a junior.
They lost 2 on the play. We'll call it a long 1.
Easy to be impressed with both of these quarterbacks tonight. Now, Washington has got all of his health with him, and he's been unbelievable. Cullen Wacker, on the other hand, you can see that his mobility is shot, and that's a big part of what he usually does. But talked about this earlier, Coach. You got a guy like him, things aren't going right. You got a tough guy quarterback. That's a good place to have a tough guy, right?
That's where you want your toughness. Quarterback and middle linebacker. Be tough up the middle.
Washington gonna keep it. He'll cut it up, and he's hit right at the 50 and stop.
Boy, he is so dangerous.
A collective holding of the breath.
Yeah, any kind of a crease for Washington could be big trouble.
So Mcgill.
Well, Glenn Harbin came alive, fellas.
You know, and if they can stop him here, you know, McGill's going to have a lot of time.
But no timeouts and a long field. It'll be interesting, too, to see if Wetumpka can get anything anywhere close to the first down here on 3rd, what they do. And I guess it would be punted away unless it's 4th and very short.
Well, we talked about that last time, and Coach Anderson threw a monkey in there.
He sure did.
Yeah.
He sure did.
4th and inches, 38-yard line.
3rd down and 10. Mcgill has stopped him on both plays. He wouldn't pull a Les Miles and throw it, would he?
And Anderson take the Michigan job.
This one up in the air and incomplete, and saves Mcgill a timeout.
You know, again, you've got 2 receivers down in the same area, much like they had when they had the touchdown. You know, I don't.
But this time Snyder came over, was able to get over there and help. And so they throw it, they stop, they give Mcgill a timeout, and that play takes 7 seconds.
Yeah, I mean,
this is your chance now.
They were going for the
coach.
They were going for the end zone, basically.
It's a minute 23 seconds to go. You are leading up 7. 3rd down.
Jeremy Jones is about to get his hands on the ball, guy.
Yep.
Wow.
That's a big deal right there.
That's a big deal, guys. That's a bigger.
McGill with pressure. And this punt will take a Wetumpka bounce, and Mcgill is 80 yards away with a minute 10, minute 9. and one timeout left from having their spectacular season be over. But Cullen Wacker and the McGill offense will come out here. And
speaking of the McGill offense, I'm a little surprised we're not seeing Glenn Harbin at tight end down the stretch. I know that they use him there from time to time. Be a great target. I can remember Alma Bryant using Antoine Odom in a very similar situation years ago in a playoff game.
You're absolutely right.
Wacker comes out. Jeremy Jones trying to make something happen, and that one got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. So not only did they not get anything, but now they're going to lose a bunch of time here as well.
That's a play where Wacker's throwing completely across the field to Jones, and
that play took 20 seconds. Now Wacker looks to the near side. He had Jeremy Jones and threw his hands incomplete.
Jones got to be exhausted at this point. Wacker has got to be beat because he's playing on a leg, as in one.
He's slow to get up.
Didn't I see Adrian Cole's presence on that defensive team last outing?
He was out there the series before.
That's right.
And now 3rd and 10. Yellow Jackets got to think about a first down before a touchdown. Wacker looking over the middle, and they want a flag. There it comes.
Yeah, flag was due on that one.
Jeremy Jones draws the pass interference.
That's it. But two big safeties. That's Kendall Lacey there, 14.
All right, but keep the most important thing going on here right now. Upper right-hand corner of your screen. 38 seconds left. Now you've got one timeout. But you got the ball. See where they will mark it after the penalty.
Watch 14 come over the top right here. Jeremy Jones in position to make the play. Yeah, his body's already getting shook up before the cameras they're in the frame.
Yeah, Dan, he was in there a little early.
Gonna mark it off from the spot.
So it'll be line the 35. McGill 36 actually as we listen in.
Defensive pass interference, automatic first down.
Now you got to start going downfield again. Keep your eyes on 4 and 14. 14 interceptions, 15 interceptions between them. Wacker, blitz coming from the outside. Wacker floats it up, and he's looking for Torian Russell. He's got it inside the 40 to the 35. First down, McGill.
I don't know if Russell started out in the backfield. That'd be considered kind of a wheel route. Is that where he came from,
That's exactly
Coach?
what it was, a wheel route.
Half a minute to go. See if they spike it. Looks like they're going to spike it, but they have a man. Oh, well, you almost don't have to spike it now,
No,
Coach.
you don't have to spike.
You got a play set.
You got your play already. Go ahead, go with it.
Wacker, lots of time, just dumps it out. Torian Russell steps out of bounds. Smart play by Wacker. Russell with 23 seconds left.
Positive yards, stop the clock.
Fantastic game tonight, guys.
Fantastic finish for sure.
Yeah, the last quarter and a half has been spectacular.
I haven't seen you this excited the whole year.
Very motivated.
Yes.
Thought I heard a little bit of Brent Musburger there.
McGill still with a timeout as well. Wacker steps up, floats it off. He's able to get it off complete. That's another first down. Markel Gardner, 15 seconds left. Now, Coach, 15 seconds left. You have a timeout. Ball is down on the 20. We're spotted at the 8, the 23. You got to go shots at the end zone here, right?
Post corner and it's open.
And now the clock ticked down again to 14.
Before they started it.
Clock operator possibly with some roots to Elmore County.
Well, he's not making a lot of friends in Mobile County right now.
And he better be careful getting out of here.
That elevator's a tough place. We've seen it stop between floors on the way down before.
Talk about silence. I got on the elevator with the assistant coaches from both teams. A lot of people looking at their shoes, not showing their hands.
Couldn't hear a thing.
So now they'll have to. We are down to 15. Well, they have 14 seconds on the clock. And actually, our referee, Jackie Battles, has done a good job trying to get the time
offset,
correct.
yeah.
16 seconds.
He might have put up one more second, 1:05. Oh, 16. Wow.
And you have that timeout. That's the most important thing.
It could be big.
I don't see why they didn't do that earlier when they were just kind of trying to freelance getting the seconds back on by starting the clock later after the snap. But anyway, 16 on the clock.
Torian Russell lines up just in the slot. Wacker throws over the middle, complete again, and that's going to be good for a first down. No, it's short of the first down, so Mcgill takes the timeout. And they are down to the 13-yard line.
2 shots at the end zone.
Got enough time.
Can't take a sack.
Can't take a sack.
Boy, it was a first down, so it would have stopped the clock, but it doesn't matter with 9 seconds left.
Yeah. Well, it was a first
It could
down.
matter. It could matter if something's dumped off short and someone's in bounds. And here comes Glenn Harbin, maybe into the offensive play.
Look for the tight end dump.
But you've got to get into the end zone. But boy, you couldn't. It's hard to tell if they have the first down. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't. 9 seconds, so you got 2, but you got to throw them into the end zone, coach, or dang close.
Oh, no, you got to go to the end zone.
And you got ball hawk safeties that can go and get it, too.
Yeah.
Glenn Harbin at the top of your screen. Zach Ballet.
Your best receiver's a foot shorter than their best defender.
Jeremy Jones and Petty to the bottom of your screen. Colin Wacker rolling out, pressure on the right side, rolling, fires, touchdown Yellow Jackets! Touchdown Yellow Jackets, Quentin Petty! 2 seconds left! This one.
This is how you become a cult hero. I'm telling you.
You cannot make this up, but there is a flag on the 2.
Maybe a celebration penalty, and that could be big.
This is what makes high school football so great.
This is still not a tie game.
Oh, unsportsmanlike whistle. Okay, now unsportsmanlike whistled. All right, coach. Unsportsmanlike whistled against Wetumpka. They go half the distance.
2 seconds, you got to kick this ball. You got to play for the time.
And just feel so fortunate to get to overtime and have a chance to win.
And how about this? Wetumpka has not been as strong in the red zone.
Hold on here. Hold on here. Now.
Well, I said that Coach Anderson was going to punt it when he was on his own 38-yard line. So you never know. There's some gutsy coaches out there that make some big time calls.
Unsportsmanlike on the defense. Half a distance to the goal.
So it puts it.
1 time down.
It gives them
just
something to think about.
Well, the penalty certainly gives you something different to think about. You got confidence in your offensive line.
They're going for it, Coach.
Go for it.
They're going for the win.
Go for it. Go for the win.
They are going for the win.
That penalty made all the difference in the world.
And now a timeout going to be called for by Wetumpka.
You talk about a long drive back. If
80 yards.
McGill wins this one, and Wetumpka's got to get on that bus after this. Now, let's wait till it all happens because Wetumpka's they've been pretty stout. McGill is not, you know.
And let's not forget this. Wetumpka has the lead right now.
Exactly. Exactly.
Has Cullen Wacker proven to be a top-notch quarterback?
How long did that play take? It only took 7 seconds. It seemed like about 3 days.
Absolutely, because
he waited for Petty to come into the corner. And let's take a look at the score. Only his second touchdown of the year.
I got to say, I thought that Petty might have been juggling this thing when he was going out of bounds.
Did appear that.
As we look. Oh, what a catch by Quentin Petty, and what a job by our camera crew.
He had left foot down.
Great camera
after
work,
the juggle.
Guys. Great camera work.
Jason Welch with the look here. As we look at the replay again, you want to be careful, don't want to miss Mcgill. This is where you give it to Adrian Cole.
Right side.
For the win. They give it off, and he's in for the score! and Russell, you cannot make this up. And how about Keith Powell says, we are going to win this game. We're not going to overtime. And the Mcgill fans now have to be careful because they're storming the field, but there's 2 seconds left. This is a game for the ages, maybe the best game we've ever done on TV in Mobile.
Hey, unbelievable. I cannot remember one that have come down to the very last second.
And this is a win or go home game, too. That's what's amazing.
Win or go home, guys.
McGill was down 14 with 3.5 to go.
Amazing that they've been able to do so many things in a hurry-up offense when that's not what they do.
Let me tell you what I'm so impressed with, guys. That is the guts of both coaches. Making some big calls. When
I tell you what, it seems like that guy's coming up with a coaching victory here tonight.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Nelson has done some great things.
Look at this. Torrey and Russell.
They just turn and give it to him and tell people block.
And then Russell says, I'm getting up in the air, and a great job there.
Number
great
10.
hole. Thomas Pekuch also over there helping to open things up.
The block was made by Glenn Harbin.
And Harbin there, and just...
I think that our broadcast is going into Glenn's helmet because the coach has inspired him.
All right, now 2 seconds left here. Let's remember that there's 2 seconds left.
Okay. Before we had to remember that Wetumpka was leading.
Yes, lots of things to remember. Hey, and remember this, you can buy this game on DVD from the TV station. So this one bounces down Mcgill with a lot of pressure. They're going to try some laterals, hit and buried, and Mcgill wins the game in dramatic fashion.
How can you, what can you say? And they have just got to be shocked beyond belief on the far sideline. They had this game every which way.
Coach, let me ask you this. Do great teams have to have one of these in order to win a championship somewhere along the road?
They call that a wake-up call. McGill have not been tested all year. And that's what they had tonight, was a wake-up call. Now, guys, you may be looking at the eventual 6A state champion.
Well, I tell you.
Boy, you could have got some bets on that about 5 minutes ago, huh?
Yes, sir.
And you wouldn't have had to gone 10 feet around everybody hanging around here. But I tell you what a win for Mcgill Toolen. What a game. And also, you do have to tip your hats to Wetumpka, the way they played ball here tonight. But you got to tip your hat to Coach Powell, the way he coached this team to a victory down the stretch in the last 3.5 minutes. And Cullen Wacker, the junior quarterback.
Hey, and guys made plays around Cullen Wacker, too. Don't forget that.
There is Coach Powell.
Petty made the great catch to keep the drive alive and the touchdown catch.
Fantastic finish, guys. Look.
Fourth and 28 they converted.
Yes, they did. 28. That's the big key. That's the big key right there.
There's all of our folks bringing you the game here tonight as we wait for Coach Powell to get with Al Whedon. And let's go down there. I'm winded. I am spent. Went to the sideline report.
I didn't know you had that much spirit in you.
Tell Coach you can take a breath now.
Jim Cox said you can take a breath, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Jim. That was unbelievable.
It was. Talk to me about that call. What led you to make that call tonight?
Offensive line came in and said, Coach, to come behind us. Yeah, you know, they were stopping us all night with the run. They stacked the defense on us, and, you know, right there. I was actually going to throw a little flood route and try to get Jeremy deep in the back of the end zone right there, or either Glenn. We had Glenn in the game, and they called timeout, and thank goodness they did, you know, and I got to believe in my kids, and that's what I did. I just believed in the kids, and they said, let's go, Coach.
Gutsy call they made on that 4th and inches, and for you to come back and do this, I got to say, best game of the year we've had this year, Coach, and maybe games like this what takes a team to get together to make that state run.
I'll tell you what, I love these kids. I mean, it's the first time in the history to be 12-0. Their faith just kept them tonight, and there ain't nothing else I can say about it. Just somebody was smiling on us tonight, and our kids just never gave up, even when it looked like there was no hope.
Let me get Mr. Russell in here, the man who made that 2-point conversion. Young man, talk to me about the pressure was on you. Was it any pressure or just a regular routine play like you practice every day?
It was pressure and a routine. That's all I can say. I just got to get in the end zone. It was right there, 2 inches ahead of me, so just jumped in there.
How do you feel about them allowing you to take the ball at that time? Talk to me about the motivation and things that go into that to